I'm getting ready to drop the engine from the 911, and there's a laundry list of things to disconnect before I can do that. I'm going to use the instructions here in Wayne's book, the 101 Projects for your Porsche 911. And reading this, the first thing he suggests is warming the engine so the oil will flow nicely from the sub plug on the bottom of the engine and the oil tank, drained from those two places. Next is the batteries, to disconnect the battery. I'm just going to remove both of mine from the car. The fuel pump relay, I'm not sure which one it is, so I'll just label them all and disconnect those. I'm going to jack the car up as high as it will go on my jack and support it on jack stands underneath the torsion bar tube covers here in front of the rear wheels. I'm going to disconnect and remove the rear bumper so I've got more clearance to get the engine out, so I don't have to jack it so high. And then it's oil lines from the oil tank to the engine and the oil cooler. The clutch cable from the left side of the transmission. This doesn't have the spring helper assembly, so it should be an easy disconnect, just a nut on the wire itself on the cable. The starter, it's a little hard to reach, it looks, and I'm just going to label those wires and take a few pictures so I know where they go back. Reverse backup switch on this side of the transmission, and I think those just pop right out. Speed cable, that is at the back of the transmission where the shift linkage goes into the car. There's a nut next to that, and that's the speed cable. Got to disconnect that. Heater hoses from the heat exchangers, just little clamps that hold those onto the heat exchangers. That's easy. The shift coupler from inside the car between the rear seats, there's that little plate, and undo that, and there's a little pin in there. I'm just going to take that little pin out. Fuel lines, disconnect the fuel lines from the fuel pump to the carburetor, and have a little bowl so I can catch any fuel that's still in the line. Main wiring harness, I'm just going to go around all the electrical connections and label them all and take a few pictures and then disconnect all of them to the engine. Same with the breather hoses, take a few pictures and label those before I take them off. The accelerator linkage bar is on the left side of the transmission and on that little arm. And that should hopefully come right off. The ground cable is a ground cable on the transmission to the body of the car, a little copper sort of ribbon. I'm going to disconnect that. And then I want to drop the engine and the transmission as one unit out of the car, so I'm going to have to disconnect the transaxles, take out those bolts, and then just pry those away from the transmission, and they should drop down, giving me enough clearance to get the engine and transmission out as one unit. I'm going to support the weight of the engine and transmission on my jack before taking out the 4 bolts that hold the whole unit in, the 2 on the transmission cross member, and then 2 in the back of the engine compartment at the engine mounts. And once those are removed, it's a case of just lowering the engine on my jack. I'm going to do a little bit at a time. There it comes. Coming. Whoa. It's coming down. Come on, come on. Do not mess with me. Great. Okay. Okay, remove the block of wood. Jack goes in here now. And it's gonna... Now I just need a piece of cardboard to protect the bottom of my engine. Whoa, it's tipping. Whoa. Whoa, come on. Whoa. It's on the, whoa, jack right off the bottom, look at that. Right, come on wiring. Go away. Ooh, I am scared. It's out. Hello. Oh my god, it's out. It's out. Ta-da! One horrible Porsche engine. Wow, that is mucky. And I'll call it a day. Take the kids to the park. All right, great. So hopefully that'll go well. And everything will go to plan. So wish me luck, and we'll see how it goes.